Right now, 1 year since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, as rallies across the country take place today. Also, one last hurrah for the Baraboo Circus Elephants. We check out today's parade in Sauk County. And tensions between Russia and a private military group may be easing. A look at a possible deal brokered between two sides. Those stories coming up, more at 6.
Honestly felt devastating and still feels devastating, almost surreal.
Good evening and thank you for having us in. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of the U.S. Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Since the ruling, 14 states have banned or severely restricted abortion, mostly in the South, as well as here in Wisconsin, which reverted back to the state's 1849 ban. Opponents and supporters of reproductive rights are rallying across the country this weekend as President Joe Biden calls on Congress to restore the right to abortion nationwide. Shelley Malashi has the latest.
Activists protest after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade 1 year ago, striking down the constitutional right to an abortion across the nation. Opponents of abortion celebrated the move, and more than a dozen states, mainly in the South, have banned or severely restricted the procedure since the ruling.
Freedom!
Rallies happening across the nation today. The issue galvanized voters during the 2022 midterms. Democrats plan to make abortion rights a central campaign issue in the 2024 presidential election. On Saturday, Vice President Kamala Harris stopped in Charlotte, North Carolina to mark the anniversary with a powerful speech.
The women of our nation have suffered under the consequences of these laws, laws that in design and effect have created chaos, confusion, and fear.
She and President Joe Biden met with key reproductive rights groups on Friday. The president signed an executive order and called on Congress to codify Roe v. Wade.
Court got Roe right 50 years ago, and I believe Congress should restore the protections of Roe v. Wade once and for all.
Around the country.
On Saturday, Republican presidential candidate Mike Pence joined opponents of abortion to celebrate the anniversary of the court's decision at the Lincoln Memorial.
We've not come to the end of this cause. We've come to the end of the beginning. And the work for life goes on.
I'm Shelley Malashi reporting.
President Biden's executive order directs the secretaries of the Treasury, Labor, and Health and Human Services to consider guidance guaranteeing that private health insurance under the Affordable Care Act covers all FDA-approved methods of contraception. Current guidance only mandates coverage for one contraceptive product. Well, we've been talking about the possibility of rain all week, and we have some good news. It's finally on its way, but severe weather is nearby. Jacob Montesano is on the patio with a check of your first warn forecast. Jacob?
Yeah, right now we're looking at some severe weather in northeast Iowa that's inching closer to the southwestern portion of Wisconsin. In fact, a lot of Iowa is under a tornado watch and will remain a tornado watch until 7 p.m. Now, we aren't expecting to see any tornadoes across our area, but there is one severe thunderstorm warning fairly close to Wisconsin. This will remain in effect until 6:15 p.m. Wind speeds are up to 60 miles per hour, and the hail has decreased. About 30 minutes ago, the hail was an inch in diameter. Now it's less than 3/4 of an inch. So this storm is dissipating as it moves closer to Wisconsin, but we still expect to see the rainfall across our area. As far as the severe weather risk, there is a slight risk of severe weather for far southwestern Wisconsin and a marginal risk closer to Dane County. But I'll be honest, I will be very surprised if we see a severe thunderstorm warning as far as Dane County, but Dubuque, Platteville, definitely in the realm of possibility. This rain is going to get into our area rather quickly over the next, I shouldn't say quickly, I should say it's going to be moving slowly, but it's not going to be much longer. The rain will likely enter Wisconsin at around 6:30 p.m. to 7 and quickly move into the central portion of the state. Right around 8 to 9 p.m. is when it will get into Dane County, but more rain is expected as we go into tomorrow. I also want to mention there's still an air quality alert until 11 p.m. tonight. And as far as the temperatures, they have cooled off a little bit, but still very warm. It doesn't feel like it's 89 at all. We're seeing cloudy skies and a little bit of a breeze. I'll talk more in detail about the rainfall over the rest of the weekend coming up a bit later in the show.
Jacob, thank you. In Baraboo this morning, thousands gathered in downtown for the Big Top Parade and Circus Celebration, which also marked the retirement of Circus World's elephants. Will Keeley was there and has more. Will?
Well, Armand, the parade took over downtown Baraboo this morning with people traveling from around the state to see the sights. We heard from numerous performers and bands, including Baraboo High School. And of course, everyone's favorites, the soon-to-be retirees, the honorary Grand Marshals of the parade.
There's still, elephants in town, no matter what. People have elephants in front of their yards, and there's, elephant statues down the road on Broadway. But, I guess it's that time for the elephants to retire. So,
did you have a favorite part of the parade?
Yeah, it was like the elephants and stuff like that. I was so confused about when they sprayed that water on the street, and then I finally know that it was for the elephants' feet and stuff.
The elephants will retire later this year, going to a sanctuary in Oklahoma. This year's theme was Go West, with the Circus World holding a big top show this afternoon. And the Al Ringling Theater will host more events throughout the weekend.
We should get you there on top of an elephant, Will.
Should have, yes. We were close.
Thank you. And some Stoughton residents celebrated the helpfulness their community has shown to new refugees who moved to the area. The organization Stoughton Resettlement threw a picnic with cultural food, music, and other activities. It was used to welcome the new Ukrainian and Venezuelan refugee families locating to the city just southeast of Madison. 45 new faces make up the refugee families.
Trying to adapt and feel like they belong. And this is working today. We're so happy. We've had so many people that have been so generous. And my main goal is everybody that comes here leaves here with a smile. And it's working.
With help from community members and businesses, Stoughton Resettlement volunteers assist resettled families with food, clothing, school, and more. And new tonight at 6, just hours after Russian President Vladimir Putin vowed to defend his country against an uprising, there's word of a potential de-escalation. The paramilitary group Wagner has decided to pull back after the leader of Belarus announced he brokered a deal between both sides. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides explains.
Tensions between the Wagner paramilitary group and Russia's military may be easing after Yevgeny Prigozhin, Wagner's leader, announced his troops who were previously heading to Moscow would instead turn around. A dramatic escalation earlier led to speculation of a potential civil war. During an emergency televised address on Saturday, Russian President Vladimir Putin vowed to defend his country against an armed rebellion. We will protect our people and our statehood from any threats, including treason from the inside. What we are facing now is treason. But hours later, Wagner announced it was pulling back. Prigozhin telling his troops in an audio message that they turned around before blood could be shed. Late Friday, Wagner had taken over Russia's military headquarters in Rostov-on-Don, south of Moscow, vowing to oust the defense minister. The mercenary group, which fights on the side of Russia in Ukraine, has grown increasingly agitated with Russia's military leadership. Vast territories have been lost, and there are 3-4 times more soldiers killed compared to what is being reported. We have daily losses of up to 1,000 people, Prigozhin had said in a video message when they initially started their armed rebellion. As Russia's internal conflict plays out, the war in Ukraine continues. A Russian missile hit a 24-story tower in Kyiv, and Ukrainian officials say they've intercepted more than 20 missiles. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Late Saturday, it appeared the mercenary group and its troops were retreating back to Ukraine. Now to a traffic alert. Drivers on Atwood Avenue will notice a change in traffic patterns beginning on Monday. Northbound drivers will now use the newly paved lane on the lake side of the street between Walter Street and Oak Ridge Avenue. Southbound drivers will continue to detour from Fair Oaks Avenue to Milwaukee Street to Stoughton to Cottage Grove Road. Pedestrian walkways at the Walter Street intersection are set to reopen on Monday, and all travelers should plan to use Walter Street as the main access point to and from Atwood Avenue, Dennett Driver, and Margaret Street. Old Brick Avenue will not be accessible from Atwood Avenue during reconstruction, and pedestrians walking south toward Old Brick Park from Fair Oaks Avenue should use the sidewalk on the lakeside of Atwood Avenue. Well, are you passionate about your favorite spots in your local community? Make sure to vote in Madison Magazine's Best of Madison poll before the deadline next Friday. Up to 6 finalists have been selected for each category, ranging from Best Bar Food to Best Bike Shop. Voting is only open until Friday, June 30th, so don't wait to help make sure your local spot gets the recognition it deserves. If you don't live right in Madison, don't worry. All of Dane County and some neighboring counties are included in voting. To vote ahead to our website at channel3000.com. Well, coming up next at 6, an intriguing sport and Madison summer mainstay rolled into Lake Wingra earlier today. Plus, a special IPA was released at Carbon 4 Brewing's Pints and Pubs release party.
Ready for more Fast Play, Wisconsin? During the month of June, Badger 5 players will have a 1 in 5 chance of getting a $1 Fast Play 5X bonus ticket. You heard that right. Badger 5 players could also score a $1 Fast Play bonus ticket. Fast Play is a new group of lotto games offering a progressive jackpot, which starts at $10,000 and grows with each ticket sold until won. This limited time offer is available now, only during the month of June and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue and Best Catering. Vote today for Beef Butter Barbecue, your #1 choice for barbecue and catering.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the Governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, Dane County is full of fun summer events, but a unique tradition rolled through Madison again this weekend. The Midwest Log Rolling Championship filled the waters of Wingra Park today. Money raised by the competition will go directly to research and care for Huntington's disease. 6-time world champion and Madison local Shauna Verstagen lost her mother to the neurological brain disorder, and competitors say it takes a lot more than just some fancy footwork to stay up on that log.
Without touching, you're using your footwork, your endurance, your leg strength, your core strength, your balance, and you're trying to get your opponent in the water 3 times, and when you do, you win the match.
Verstagen says the sport is for everyone. Division started at under 7 and went all the way up to the elite level. Madison log rolling in particular has rollers as young as 4 and as old as 75. And for even more water sports, competitors hit Lake Waubesa this morning to cast their lines in the Wisconsin Youth Muskie Championship. The event was free to all youth under 18 with prizes for all participants. Even with prizes involved, the organization says the point is just to get out there and have a good time fishing.
Well, I'm just really grateful as a mom. You want your kid to have all those opportunities. So the volunteers that we hear were fabulous today, and that they were willing to take a whole half day of their Saturday and use their nice gear for my little boy to have this memorable moment.
Lake Waubesa's 2,000 acres of waterhouse weed lines and rock piles make that water prime for muskie fishing. Well, coming up next at 6, the warm weather has Madisonians eager to get outside, with local businesses seeing some major positive impacts. Those details after the break. Plus, Jacob is back for another look at your weekend forecast.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best deals this summer, only at Ashley's multi-million-dollar clearance event. Everything must go. Save up to 84% store-wide, plus special interest financing for 72 months, only at Ashley.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including BB Jack's Cottage Grove for Best Bar Food, Chicken Wings, Late Night Menu, Patio, and Best Sports Bar. Vote today on MadisonMagazine.com.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
At the Butler household, we celebrate a little differently. Now we can easily assign chores and the kids get paid for them right away. So they're learning valuable financial lessons, and I'm getting a clean house.
Learn more about the Mind and Money tool at ECU.com.
Don't miss Wisconsin's best appliance deals this summer. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart's multi-million-dollar clearance event. Everything must go. Save up to 84% off store-wide. Plus special interest financing for 72 months at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
It's summer, and you know what that means. The skies are clear and the sun is out. Outdoor recreation is a large economic force here in Wisconsin. The most recent data from the State Office of Outdoor Recreation shows that in 2021, adventurists contributed more than $8 million to the state's GDP. And now that summer has officially arrived here in southern Wisconsin, people have been getting out to enjoy the weather and nature.
Every single spring, the moment that the weather turns nice, people are out on our lakes and loving our lakes. We're still seeing the increase in both our event attendance as well as people having their own programs, their own events.
Local owners say that with the many days of clear skies, they are seeing an increase of demand. And since the pandemic is in the rearview mirror, they have seen an increase in customers. Now, those clear skies might not last too much longer. Isn't that right, Jacob?
Yeah, I was just saying, we've had how many days of sunshine, and we take today as the day you mentioned that the sun is out. Now, for the most part, it was out during the day, but we are going to see those showers and storms from tonight through Monday. It's also going to be much cooler with borderline chilly temperatures for Sunday and Monday, but for much of next week, we are going to be mild. Now, that severe thunderstorm warning in northeast Iowa has expired, so as a whole, the strength of the storms are decreasing as it moves towards Wisconsin, but the rain really isn't. And in fact, when we see more widespread rain, it becomes harder for severe thunderstorms to form. So that's about as best of news as we're going to get right now, considering we definitely need the rainfall, but obviously severe weather is never a good thing. But if we look at the severe weather outlook for this evening, a slight risk for far southwestern Wisconsin and a marginal risk just to the northeast of that. If it was up to me, I would push both the slight risk and the marginal risk a bit further southwest, because I don't believe we're going to see a severe thunderstorm in Dane County despite there being a marginal risk. But the severe thunderstorm is definitely in the realm of possibility for Platteville, Dubuque, out in that area, as the rain will move into our area over the next few hours. It's then going to continue to move off to the north and east, likely going to enter Dane County somewhere between 8 to 9 p.m., maybe delaying all the way to 10 p.m. if the system continues to be very slow. But widespread rain is expected across all of southern Wisconsin tonight, and this is expected to continue for much of tomorrow. But tomorrow, there's not going to be a threat of severe weather, and it's not going to be as heavy of rain as we're going to see tonight, but we're going to continue to see that scattered rain showers. There could be a few thunderstorms that may produce some heavy rain at times. And in general, we may even see some rainfall for quite a bit. It's just not expected to be as heavy as it will be this evening. And the rainfall will continue for Monday as well. So really the next 48 hours, there's going to be a threat of rain across southern Wisconsin before it finally clears out very early Tuesday. As far as the precipitation goes, the heaviest will be off to the south and west as the heavy rain that will enter the area in about an hour or so. That's where the heaviest rainfall will occur. And then the rest of our area will see anywhere from a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. You know, we could see some isolated amounts above an inch to really across all of southern Wisconsin. We could see those isolated amounts up to an inch, but nonetheless, we're going to see some much needed rainfall. And as far as temperatures, tonight's going to be pretty mild with lows in the mid 60s, but then tomorrow highs will only be in the mid 70s, possibly even 60s further west. Prairie du Chien has forecasted high of just 69 degrees. And then Monday is actually going to be even cooler with forecasted highs in the lower 70s. And it's also going to be a bit breezy. So if you have any outdoor plans, you know, it will be raining, but there will be dry periods for both Sunday and Monday. But if you plan on being outside, definitely going to need a light jacket because with the temperatures and the breezy conditions, it will feel a bit colder than it actually is. Not to mention we've been used to these 80s and 90s, and now we're going to be in the lower 70s. And for the most part, we're not going to see the temperatures rise that much throughout much of next week with highs right around 80 degrees. But we do have another chance of some rain towards the middle and end of the week. But then the beginning of the following week might see the temperatures warm back up to summer-like temperatures. But in general, much needed rainfall we're going to see. And I don't know about you, Armand, but I'm really looking forward to those cooler temperatures also.
Yeah, a few of us were over at the Baraboo Big Top Parade today, and it was hot. I mean, you could see why they sprayed the water down for those elephants.
I actually made it to the farmers market this morning, and I made sure I went really early before the temperatures really started heating up. But right now, it's not too bad, even though it says it's 89. With the clouds out and the breezy weather is already starting to kick in, it's not too bad out right now. But if you do have any outdoor plans this evening, just keep an eye on that radar because it's going to slowly move closer to our area. If you're in Platteville, it's going to be raining within the hour for sure.
Gotcha. Thanks so much, Jacob. And still ahead, Braylon Allen and his teammates had a fantastic day on the field, just not the football field. That's next in sports with Andrew.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
At Papa Murphy's, we do more than just pizza. We do calzones.
Actually, I do the calzones.
And how do you do it, Dad?
How do I do it? How do I do it?
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Camp for less at Camping World in DeForest. We have hundreds of RVs to choose from with quality pre-owned RVs starting at $99.99 and new RVs starting at just $134 a month. Plus, every RV purchase comes with a Good Sam Elite membership and access to our nationwide service network. We guarantee you'll get the best deal or give you $1,000. Stock up on everything you need for the RV and campsite with our huge selection of RV accessories. Looking to sell your RV? We pay the most. Click, call, or come in to Camping World in DeForest today.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Wednesday morning, we're live at the Capitol Square, gearing up to kick off the celebration of 40 years of Concerts on the Square. Plus, we'll introduce you to a performer who's been playing since day one. Join us on the Square starting at 4:30 a.m.
Last year, there were 13 sets of brothers in the NBA. Next year, a pair of Stevens Point natives hope it'll be 14. Now, Sam Hauser just finished his rookie NBA season for the Boston Celtics, and his brother Joey Hauser just signed a two-way contract with the Utah Jazz yesterday. Best of all, they did it all together, but that might change when they face each other on the court.
We have the same agent, so my agent can tell teams like, hey, look what his older brother is doing in the NBA. Just being there, being my brother, being there for me.
I don't know how many pairs of brothers exactly there are in the NBA, but it's not many, and it's pretty rare territory, so I think it's really special, and whenever we match up, that'll be a moment we will never forget, for sure.
Heading to Cleveland, where the Brewers look to take another one from the Guardians. Good start today, top first, and Rowdy Tellez with a liner to right, but it's dropped. Probably because that is literally a catcher in right field for the Guardians. David Fry unable to make the catch. It would score Christian Yelich and give the Crew a 1-0 lead. But Cleveland fought back in the 8th. Andres Jimenez bloops one into center, and the Brewers have a little blunder of their own. The Guardians come all the way back and come out victorious, 4-2, the final. Tonight opens the Men's College World Series final. It's an SEC slugfest as LSU and Florida face off in a best-of-3 series. Game 1 just started at 6 p.m. Last we checked, LSU's on top, 1-0 in the first. And if you're anything like me, you're wondering, why can't we get in on this fun? Well, Wisconsin got rid of their baseball team in 1991, and people naturally want it back. Gavin Lux, an MLB player from Kenosha, tweeted today that if UW had a team, he might have chose that over the MLB draft. UW hoop star Connor Essegian's been lobbying for it too, and Badger receiver C.J. Williams even said he'd try out for the team if there was one. And for what it's worth, I think it's high time Wisconsin stops being the only Big Ten school without a baseball team. The Badgers, though, they were on the baseball diamond today, but it was the football team playing. Braylon Allen held his second annual charity softball game in his hometown of Fond du Lac. And this afternoon, him and his Badger teammates put on a show for a good cause, with all the proceeds from the game going to local youth sports charities.
It's amazing just to be able to have this opportunity to even, do something like this with my name on it, something that goes towards charity. It's a blessing. Definitely excited to beat the defense again this year. Very thankful for all my teammates that came out, and just a great day, like you said, to give back to the community that gave so much to me.
Wow, we didn't know Wisconsin was the only Big Ten school without a baseball team.
I gotta be honest, I did not know, and I'm completely dumbfounded by that.
It is a shocking fact, and it's sad in a lot of ways. But yeah, it's something that I would like to see change, and there's more and more movement towards that, but who knows?
Yeah. There we go.
I also want to give a shout out to the Cubs who played in London today, 9-1
Very
victory.
cool.
Very nice victory.
Very cool.
Gary Jr.
Brewers fans need to watch out for the Reds and the Cubs, I have to tell you. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. We are seeing that rain start to move into our area. The northeast Wyoming, the severe thunderstorm warnings have been lifted. It is possible we see a severe thunderstorm warning move into southern Wisconsin, but as a whole, the bigger story tonight will be the heavy rain as it moves into really all of our area, and we're all expected to see some much needed rainfall, and this will continue for Sunday and Monday as well, although it won't be as heavy those 2 days. So definitely enjoy the rainfall, and if you like the heat, enjoy it while it lasts, because you only got a few more hours before the rain hits, so enjoy it.
Nothing like summer rain. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again tonight at 10 o'clock.